Hey everyone, how are you? This is Chris Roselli, Nonfiction Fitness, and I'll bet you're wondering, why do I have an IV hooked up to my right arm? Well, I'm here today with my good friend and colleague, Dr. Chris Davis, who is an interventional cardiologist and who practices some very cutting-edge naturopathic medicine. And he convinced me to get this IV. He told me how beneficial it was going to be for me. He told me about how his patients are doing with therapies like this, and I was just so intrigued. I really wanted to have it done myself, and we're videoing this so that you can get an idea about what this is like and how it might benefit you as well. So I'm going to just turn it over to Dr. Davis here for a second, and he's going to share with you guys what this is and what it's for. Why don't you tell him, Doctor?
Hey everyone, again, I'm Dr. Christopher Davis. I'm a cardiologist. Chris and I were fortunate enough to meet and share a lot of the same passions with actually overall optimizing our clients' healthcare. A little bit about me really quickly. I practiced interventional cardiology for about 15 years. Then I got kind of tired of our healthcare system. The way that we practice medicine, we really do a poor job of educating clients how to truly take care of themselves and let the body heal itself. So I decided to do something a little bit different. So we went out on a different road and learned about nutrition. And in learning about that nutrition, we started to also learn about IV nutrient therapy. If you can look behind us here, you'll see Liquivita. Liquivita Lounge is our IV nutrient therapy, and really has been instrumental in a lot of the results we get with people with chronic illnesses, migraine headaches, chronic pain syndromes, fibromyalgia, and a host of other medical issues. But particularly in today's times when we're dealing with this COVID-19 virus, we've known for a long time the powers of high-dose vitamin C. There have been lots and lots of studies that shows the effectiveness of the high-dose vitamin C, not just with infections, but many other chronic illnesses as well. So what Chris is getting here is a high-dose vitamin C, 25 grams of vitamin C. If you guys think about how much vitamin C you're taking in your 500 milligram tablets, or maybe even 1,000 milligrams, well, we're getting 25,000 milligrams of vitamin C is what he's getting in this drip now. And really been shown, and in fact, if we look at the data that came out of France, particularly with the treatment of the coronavirus, we know that the people who had high-dose vitamin C did extremely well in comparison to those who did not get the high-dose vitamin C. We also know that I just saw an article I showed Chris this morning in New York. The hospitals there are now treating their patients with high-dose vitamin C as well. So, I would really just encourage everyone to consider, even if you don't get IV therapy, to consider taking much higher doses of your vitamin C, probably on the order of magnitude of 3 to 5 grams daily. Grams, that's 5,000 milligrams daily. To optimize your immune system, to help fight off these infections, and particularly some benefit with the coronavirus. Now, having said that, we know that there's a maximum amount of vitamin C that you can achieve in your blood, okay? And that's probably about on the order of 9 to 9.3, if you want to be exact, 9.3 milligrams per deciliter, giving oral vitamin C, whereas with the IV vitamin C there, we're getting close to 80 milligrams per deciliter. And we know that as far as killing viruses, we typically need around 20 milligrams per deciliter. So really, to get to the serum concentrations of the vitamin C that we need to kill viruses, we need to have intravenous vitamin C. So also in here, he's getting some IV magnesium, which also has been super helpful for cardiovascular health and a host of other, again, chronic illnesses. We are also getting in there all of the B vitamins. So that B vitamins are those vitamins that gives you that feel good, and I got plenty of energy. We like to call it the natural energy boost. Not like a caffeine high, but you're gonna feel once you're done with this energy that we like to, again, consider that natural energy boost. And so a lot of our clients are coming through, and we have a lot of people who probably get these strips once every month, or some of them who really are athletic and into fitness, they'll get them once every couple of weeks to actually help their performance.
Wow, there's so many questions that I want to ask you about this, Dr. Davis, but first let me just emphasize something that you just said, which is that people in France, people in New York right now are being treated for coronavirus with the exact same thing that I am being pumped full of right now, which is a high dose of vitamin C. And this doesn't come as a surprise to me. I've heard for many years that vitamin C is a really important immune system booster. In fact, when I was a kid, my mom used to give me vitamin C every time I used to have a cold. She said, you need to take a whole lot of this. This is really good for you. I don't think many people really appreciate the power of vitamin C. I mean, it's something that you can just buy at Walgreens. It's not something that you have to go to a doctor and have prescribed. So how in the world can it be as effective as, say, an antiviral medication or something else that you have to go through a doctor to get?
When you think about natural remedies like vitamin C, those studies have been around for 75 or 80 years showing the effectiveness of vitamin C in things like rheumatic fever, other viral and bacterial diseases. But I think what happens is as we came along through the era of pharmaceutical drugs, what ends up happening is all those natural remedies, they kind of just fallen out of favor. And in fact, what we as really traditionally trained physicians, I'll be honest with you, until I really decided to do something different and really start to re-educate myself, I would have never even thought about this either, because nowhere in my training was I ever taught about the importance of vitamin C. But way back, years and years ago, Linus Pauling did all of these studies, and he was really the founding father that showed us the importance of vitamin C and how it can be used to heal so many illnesses. Right now, I'm actually the medical director at Hippocrates Health Institute in West Palm Beach, Florida, which is a natural medicine institute as well. And we use tons of high-dose vitamin C. You're getting 25 milligrams there. We're talking about 25 grams. We're talking about 100 grams, okay? 100,000 milligrams of vitamin C. And we use those type of protocols on patients with colon cancer, breast cancer, ovarian cancer, and their protocol prostate cancer in men. And those studies have been out there for years and years and years too on using high-dose vitamin C, extremely high-dose vitamin C in treating cancers, and been very, very effective. And so I think we tend to forget about the natural, the nutritional things that help our bodies work.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more. So most of the people watching this probably do not have the coronavirus. I'm sure that everybody's pretty intrigued by the fact that people are getting better just by using high-dose vitamin C when they do have coronavirus. But we've got a lot of scared people out there who don't want to get this disease, who are practicing social distancing, practicing hand washing, doing all the things that the administration is telling us to do. But like I've mentioned to some of my people before, what they're not doing is they're not telling people how to improve their immune system's function so they can be more resistant to disease. So why don't you speak on that for a moment and tell our viewers how they can improve the strength of their immune system army to fight off all these foreign invaders like coronavirus and others.
So again, I'll finish up with the comments we were just making. And really, it starts with our nutrition. It starts with optimizing our immune system with making sure your vitamin D, your vitamin A, your vitamin C levels are not just what we call normal. I tell each one of my clients that I don't look for normal levels. I want your levels optimized of these micronutrients and minerals. What does that mean?
Well, tell me this first. Are those tests that a doctor would typically run? Would he typically or she typically test for vitamin A, D, all these other vitamins?
Very good question. Very good question, and the answer to that is no. And so, in fact, what we do here, we run micronutrient testing. Okay, and micronutrient testing is super important because we want to know what your vitamin A, your vitamin E, your zinc, your chromium, your manganese. We want to know what all those levels are because those we want to optimize. Every one of these serve as cofactors in the reactions in our body, including the appropriate immune response. And so we know that, so we run a test called micronutrient panel that it also helps guide us sometimes with what vitamins that we actually need to be giving you. And so micronutrient testing is very important. It's not part of any standard panel. In fact, unfortunately, insurance companies don't usually cover the micronutrient panel, but it's such an important part of our treatment regimen to figure out exactly, personalized to you, what your body's missing. And a lot of people are vitamin D, all the B vitamins are very deficient. And so it gives me some insight as to what's going on inside to be more directed on how we respond.
Yeah, absolutely. So someone that's out there watching, they're concerned about their body's immunity, they don't want to get this disease, they're intrigued by what you're saying. Once they come in here, one of the things that you're going to do, you're saying, is to analyze their blood, see what vitamins and minerals they're deficient in, which, by the way, vitamins and minerals are necessary things for your body to function on. I mean, you have to have magnesium, you have to have vitamin B, you have to have vitamin C. I mean, these things are vital for normal cellular function and metabolism. And if you're deficient in those things, it not only affects your immune system, but many other things. And so you're saying that you test those things, and then you personalize an IV drip or a supplement regimen based on where the deficiencies are in their blood.
Yes.
And then you also counsel them on other things that they can do nutritionally and otherwise to help to strengthen their immune system as well.
Right.
So you really give a comprehensive approach to this thing. I mean, you're addressing everything. I mean, you know, from A to Z. And I love that. And so just mention here for a moment what benefit someone might get from it. I mean, I know we can say in general your immune system is going to be stronger, but get a little more detail on that. How exactly is their body going to be more resilient to disease when they do those things that your patients do, Dr. Davis?
Right. The immune system is kind of made of two separate responses. We have the innate immune system and we have the adaptive immune system. The innate immune system is that the first responders. They're the people who see the virus come along and your natural killer cells and your neutrophils all coming in and they say, hey, we got to get this out of here. So, but then the second responders are really the T cells and B cells. They kind of come along and they are more focused response on that, whatever that particular virus is. You've developed antibodies to it, the T cells are now responsive to it, and those are the second line defenders that kind of come in and help eradicate the viruses there. So in order for all that to happen appropriately, again, you need the appropriate nutrition. You need the appropriate vitamin D and vitamin C to be there for those things to be optimally functioning.
Okay. So I love that about this. And so I'm encouraging everybody that's watching this to reach out to Dr. Davis. If nothing else, come on in, get some blood work done, see where you're deficient in nutrients, and start getting on some of this IV therapy. Because the last thing that you want to do in this time is just hunker down in your house and just hope and pray you don't get sick. You also got to strengthen your immunity so that if you do get exposed to a virus, whether coronavirus or another one, you have the strength internally to fight that stuff off and not be one of the statistics. And so I highly encourage you to do that. This was super easy. He's got a great staff here that makes this very easy and very pleasant. This room is very nice. You can sit here and have your IV drip and you'll actually enjoy it. And any other things that you want to mention to the people watching Dr. Davis before we
I just want to
close it down?
Just time for Chris and I both. We've been kind of talking about some of the things we're going to be doing together. So I just want you guys to look forward to some of the things that we are bringing to Sarasota pretty soon. So we're in the works of thinking about some big things from a health and wellness perspective. What Chris has to offer is invaluable. I think that teaming up with somebody who is really into the functional fitness portion of everything in conjunction with what we do with nutrition and integrative medicine, we're going to be bringing some very interesting concepts to Sarasota, so look forward to seeing some more.
I love it. Can't wait, man. Appreciate it. Give me an elbow bump. Give you guys all an air elbow bump. And I hope you all have a great day. Stay well, stay safe. We're praying for you, and hope to hear from you soon. God bless.